I'm interested, Frank, as you think about this partnership and the way you guys were making decisions back then, how that influenced growing companies. And so often spouses are like the silent business partner, but very, very not silent at home. How did those early years together shape your ability to, build a company that sold for hundreds of millions of dollars?
I've been with my wife for 43 years. We've been together a long time. We lived together for many years, almost 12 years before we got married. And so we already owned the house together. We had been, for us, marriage was an afterthought. But we got married because my wife did not want our kids to be bastards. That's a direct quote. And so that's how we ended up getting married. My wife was very influential in important strategic points in the growth of my company. Now, a quick funny anecdote before I talk about some of her strategic contributions is when I first started my business in 1993. I started my company in January 1993. I graduated from law school in 1989. My wife and I both graduated from Harvard Law School in 1989. And then we moved to Florida. We lived in the West Palm Beach area. We both worked at large law firms in Florida. She worked at a firm called Gunster. I worked at a firm called Steele, Hector, and Davis. When I first started my business, there was a period of time at the very beginning where I asked her if she would help me as my bookkeeper. That lasted 2 weeks, and then I fired her as my bookkeeper because it was either that or I'd have to fire her as my wife. And the reason I had to fire her is because I would say, Kellen, can I please get the balance sheet and P&L by this Friday? She would say, yes. And then Saturday, I still did not have the P&L and the balance sheet. And Sunday, I still did not have it. And I would say to her, when am I going to get the P&L and balance sheet? And she'd say Monday. And then that went on for 2 weeks, and then I fired her. As a bookkeeper, my wife was ineffective, and we did not work well together. My wife is at her best when she is an advisor, not when I'm telling her what I want her to do. When she's my advisor and she views me as her equal and she thinks I'm viewing her as my equal, then she's very effective. But in all other situations,